Hey guys, hope everyone's having a great start to your week and staying on top of all your schoolwork and hopefully still finding some time to make some art. So what I want to do is show you another way to kind of be resourceful in finding some different fun ways to make art. And so what we're going to use today is a takeout box. So I know right now restaurants are closed, and so if you're ordering food from anywhere, it's probably going to come in a nice styrofoam box. And so what we're going to do is use that to do some print making. There are lots of fun things you can do with making prints. And so I'm just going to show you how you can take that styrofoam from the box and make some prints with it. So what you're going to need to do first is probably rinse out that box and get all the food out. You don't want that. And then use some scissors and just cut yourself out a flat surface from either like the top or the bottom of it. I know sometimes they have words and stuff etched in there, so if you need to make some smaller pieces to kind of avoid that, then you can. And I'll show you how you can use some fun things with that also. But just cut yourself out of shape. It can be square, circle, triangle, heart shape, whatever shape you want your print to be. And so you're going to need that. And then also I've laid down some paper towels, just not to make a huge mess. You'll need some paper on hand for your printing. Either a pen or a dull pencil. You don't want it to be sharp because you don't want to put holes or anything, but you want to be able to use that to etch into the styrofoam. And you're going to need a spray bottle, okay? There is an alternative to this if you don't have something like that. I'll show you that in a minute. And then also some markers, okay? I'm using washable markers just because I know those work. I haven't actually tried other markers that are not specifically washable. So I'm not sure if that would make a difference. You're welcome to give it a try and then give me some feedback and let me know what happens. But I'm using washable markers for mine. And so what you're going to do to start is you need to etch a design into the styrofoam. And so I kind of drew out a plan for mine first of what I wanted to do. And so my idea was some flowers. You can get as simple or complex with this as you want to get, okay? This can be as simple as a smiley face or a heart, or you can go ahead and etch the Mona Lisa onto this, okay? So it can be as much as you want, but what you want to do is make sure that you're pressing down into the styrofoam to give it some nice grooves. And so when you run your finger over it, you'll feel it where it's kind of pressing down into it, and you can draw your design, okay? So kind of fill the plate. And then you'll use your markers to color it in. So I've already done all of that with mine. So you can kind of see where the grooves are here, where it indents. And so I etched my flowers into it, and I've gone ahead and used my markers and colored the whole thing. So just different sections that have different colors. And so what you're gonna do now is you have to get this just a little bit wet with your spray bottle before you put your paper over to transfer that color. Now, what's really important here is that you don't get this too wet, because if you just take your spray bottle and go straight onto it and spray it everywhere, the marker is going to kind of beat up and go off the paper, and it's going to bleed all over the paper and just kind of soak completely through, and you're not going to see your pattern. So what's really important is that you have more of just like a mist with your spray bottle, and you just want to mist over it. If you don't have one of these, or that's not an option, another thing that I found that works is if you take some paper towels and just get those wet first, and just dab those wet paper towels on your paper where you're going to print it. And as long as that paper is kind of moist and wet, again, not soaked all the way through, but just a little bit wet, then it should transfer when you put it on top of there. But what I'm going to do is just use my spray bottle and just give it a light little mist. So again, not too much, just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my paper and lay it down on top of my printing plate, so I can kind of line it up if I want my edges to be straight. And once you lay it down, you want to press down on that paper on the back of it, okay? And you'll see it kind of start to soak through on the back a little bit. I'm just using regular printer paper. That is working. Sometimes cardstock or something, maybe sketchbook paper, something a little heavier might work better, but this has been working for me also if I'm just using the regular printer paper. But what you want to do is really take your hand and kind of press down all over, rub around, and make sure that you're getting the edges down, and then all through the middle, so that the whole thing transfers, okay? So once you know that you have really rubbed over the whole thing, and you've got it all, should be all transferred down there. Then you can just kind of take it from a corner and gently lift it up, and you should have a print of your picture. Okay, so you can see the design is there, and so you can do this over and over again and get the same picture. You can try different colors, so that is totally up to you how you want to do that and what you want to do with this afterwards. You can either just sign it and be done, or you could cut it out and glue it onto some other kind of fun background, or you can even use markers or crayons and draw more around it or on top of it. So get creative with it, kind of have fun, and decide what else you want to add to it, or just leave it as is. But then some other ideas that I wanted to give you, if you have maybe just some smaller ones, is to do something like a tile design. So you can see this one, I just etched a simple kind of tile design, and then as I printed it, I rotated it each time to make it fit together. And so you can continue this design and keep going on and on to make something like that. If you are going to do that, what I would recommend is going from the middle of each side, and so making a shape that connects from the middle of this side to the middle of this side, and then from the middle of this side to the middle of this side. And that way, when you do print it, then it will be connecting in each square as you go. And then something else you might could try is if you want to go more with an Andy Warhol kind of feel. He was really known for printmaking and doing lots of fun colors. Okay, so this one I did a little bit simpler, just a little ladybug, but I've done a different color each time and put it next to each other. And again, that kind of gives it more of a little Andy Warhol look. And so what you can do is when you're ready to change colors, you just spray it down really well, wipe it with a paper towel, and then go over with a different color marker. So lots of fun things you can do with your printmaking. But again, what you need is just that styrofoam takeout box and those things to etch with, and then spray down and put the paper and transfer it. So hope you guys have fun with that. Again, I would love to see some of these things that you guys are doing while you're at home. So if you want to take a picture of what you make and either email it to me or have your parents post it on Facebook and tag me in it, you can like the CHCA Art with Miss Anderson Facebook page. Or even just comment on this video and show me a picture of what you guys have done, okay? So I hope you guys have a great week. Be on the lookout for another video later this week.